For this week's segment of Caribbean Connections, we welcome Janese Henderson to Good Morning SKN. Janese is an author, social entrepreneur, speaker, coach, and agent of change. So good morning, Antigua and Barbuda, and welcome to Caribbean Connections. Janese, it's such a pleasure to be interviewing you today. And obviously, you are so accomplished in so many different spheres. So we'll begin the interview focusing on your writing. You've written quite a few books. I'll name them. The first is Love, Joy, and Peace. Then we have Unleash the Greatness Within, A Walk of Faith, I Call You Son, Be Fruitful, Series Book 1. What can you tell us about these books by way of summary?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good morning. A pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, and good morning to your viewers. So the first I'll speak about is the first one I wrote, which is A Walk of Faith. And this really is a book that was written to be a source of inspiration to women, to help those to strengthen their faith. Because I recognized during the pandemic, many persons were faced with issues and they were losing their faith. So that book was written to really strengthen individuals' faith. The second book, I Call You Son, this is a clarion call to youth and men everywhere. And this was really written to empower men, because at times men feel unappreciated, and sometimes how they're treated, their efforts go unnoticed. But through this book, I am encouraged and men to let them know that, you are enough. Your efforts are not unnoticed, and we truly appreciate all that you're doing. And this is also to help them to gain tips and strategies to release feelings of guilt, shame, condemnation, to heal from hurt, to break free from worry, fear, mistakes, failures, broken dreams, and anger and insecurity, and to live a victorious life. The third book, Love, Joy, and Peace. This is a 30-day devotional as well that is written for men and women. And this is to help them to strengthen their faith as well, to help them to develop that unconditional love for God and for others. So the third book, Love, Joy, and Peace, and this is to really strengthen person's faith and to help them to develop this love, this unconditional love for God, for others, and for self. To also have joy, because there are many things that would want to rob us of joy, many things, but we have to know how to protect our joy and to be joyful despite the situation we're going through. It also speaks about peace and having that peace, because again, things will rob you of your peace, but you have to know and to be in that state where you protect your peace. And through that book, we provide tips and strategies that will assist you in doing that. And the final book, Unleash the Greatness Within. And this is written for men, women, youth, for everyone who wants to catapult their life to the next level. Because so many times persons live unfulfilled lives because they're being held back by fear, by the opinions of others. But through this book, I encourage persons and let persons know that you do not need anyone's permission to pursue your dreams, your goals, and aspirations. And it is within reach. All you have to do is to get up, take actions on your dreams, and that book will assist persons who are looking to get to the next level and willing to pursue their dreams and aspirations.
Nice. You spoke to the audiences that you chose for each book. How did you manage to do that? Did you do some research?
Well, yes. So and also based on my experience as well, from growing up as a child, I've always been encouraging persons from the word, because I got saved at a very young age. And through that, I've been writing, always sending out daily encouragements, whether by WhatsApp, whether, by Facebook. And the Lord really impressed on me to put it in a book and to write it and to get it published. So the Walk of Faith, the first one, I said, I recognize I saw a lot of persons going through, and I decided that I'm going to strengthen women, because so many times persons keep things within. They're going through situations, but they may not reach out for help. So through this book and through the words, I'm able to minister to these individuals. As well, I recognize and I chose the I Call You Son. For men, I recognize I had an incident, and the reason I wrote this book is that I had an incident where I knew this young man, and when I heard the words that were spoken about him, and this is someone who is really making an effort, doing the best that they can, it really crushed me. And I said, you know what? he may be just one of many young men who are feeling unappreciated, who are feeling like, they do not matter. And the Lord impressed on me to write this, to let young men know who they are, because so many men are living below their privilege. So many are allowing society to dictate who they are, to allowing the things that they have, allowing, what they have accomplished, when none of that defines who you are, because who you are is defined by God. And then he inspired me to write this to really empower the men. The other two books were written for both men and women, because I recognize each can benefit specifically from the information that is contained therein.
I'm listening to you, Janese, and I realize that there is passion there. You're encouraging people. And I want to know where you find your source of encouragement. Does it come as well from the words that you speak? Does it come from the interactions? Because you're such a life force, it seems to me. So where does that come from?
Yes. My inspiration, it comes from knowing the word of God and knowing what he says and actually believing what he said, believing what God says concerning me and what I'm able to accomplish. And also through the words, because I go back, whatever I've written, the various videos, YouTube videos and so forth that I produce, I've also go back to it, because at times I need to go back and to encourage myself that, I said this, and to believe and to act on this. So it comes primarily from my faith in God and just believing what he says and going out and acting on that each day.
You just touched a bit on your YouTube videos. Do you do these? Are these daily YouTube videos?
I aim to do them daily, but there are sometimes I miss a few days, but consistently, for most of the videos, they're done every day. Where every day for the past year, first I started out on Facebook, and then I decided I need to go on YouTube, and I send out these daily encouragements. We focus on various topics: forgiveness, dealing with hurt, dealing with grieving. So each day I send out these videos so that persons can be encouraged and motivated from them.
What is the feedback on these videos, Janese?
So a lot of persons has indicated that these are truly an inspiration. These are truly a blessing to them. And I recall one individual who reached out to me, and she indicated that she was going through such a difficult time, and that those encouragements has been what has been keeping her, helping her to strengthen her faith, to help her to get back even committed to God because of these words. And many persons would have indicated that these words are truly a blessing to them, and they are grateful that it is there that they can look to. There are some persons who do not comment, but there are persons who reach out to me personally, because I also share it via WhatsApp as well, and I share it on Facebook, and persons who reach out. These are indeed a blessing to them.
So let's talk about your conference that you just hosted, From Pain to Purpose.
Right. So the From Pain to Purpose, this was something that the Lord impressed on me again to do, because I recognize many persons are in pain. Many persons are suffering. Sometimes we see persons with a smile on their face, but deep inside their heart, there is hurting, there is pain. And sometimes persons believe that the pain is all that there is, not recognizing that God can use this pain to propel them in their purpose. And that was the aim of the conference. And that has really been a huge chunk of my life, where I've seen where the pain that I've gone through has led me to doing all of this, publishing these books. Also helped me to do another program I host called Healing for the Hurting, where based on the situations that I've been through, God has used that to propel me into my purpose, where I can assist others. So that is essentially what the conference was about. Getting persons to recognize that the pain is not the end of it. Despite the pain that you're feeling, and it doesn't matter whatever pain it may be. It could be a physical condition. It could be an emotional condition. It could be a relationship issue, whatever it is. God never wastes a hurt. He never wastes a pain. And from that, he can use that so that you can give birth to something amazing. So we divided it again, the conference, into a night specifically for men, because I know at times we want to separate each so that each can feel comfortable in a space where they can speak about the various issues and we can interact. So the first was a men's conference, the second was the women's conference, and we didn't get to host the last night, but the two conferences were amazing and persons were tremendously blessed by it.
Oh, so are you looking forward to part 2 or the second one?
Definitely, definitely. This is the first annual conference, and this is something that I'm looking to do not only in Antigua, but as the new year rings in, then more of these plans will be on forward.
All right, so I can appreciate in relation to the conference that it is rewarding to see people move beyond their pain to the purpose that you're speaking of. But I can also appreciate that because we're so very different as individuals, it might be challenging to get people to do that. So I'm just curious to know about some of the things that you said or some of the words that were exchanged during that conference that would speak to people who were perhaps at a lower level in that recognition to get them to appreciate the purpose that you're speaking of.
Awesome. All right. So for the men's conference, we focused on, because it was from pain to purpose, and the theme we were using was broken to be blessed. So on that night, we spoke about healing. There is healing for your hurt. There is healing for your brokenness. And we recognize that many persons have been hurt. Many persons have suffered rejection. Many persons have suffered abuse. And sometimes because of this, it caused them to see themselves in a negative image. They have a poor self-image, low self-esteem. And through this conference, we spoke, and as well as the other speakers, spoke to those individuals, empowering them and letting them know who they are, recognizing that they are special. They are someone of tremendous worth. Because I recognize sometimes how society is, they value you based on your education, based on your looks, based on your status, based on what you would have accomplished. But we want to let persons know that none of that defines who you are. In God's eyes, you're already special. You're already His beloved. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter what you've accomplished. And we own that into person so that they could know that this is who you are. It doesn't matter. All of those, it doesn't make you who you are. And once you recognize your worth, then you can start seeing yourself in a different light and acting in a different light, and also refusing to accept person's label, refusing to accept persons treating you in a particular way, because you can't force them to treat you a particular way, but you choose what you accept. And through these sessions, we empower individuals, let them know that they are special and you are someone of worth. And if those you interact with, they can't see that, they can't value that, that is their loss. But surround yourself with others who would empower you. Surround yourself with others who would motivate you and encourage you in the pursuit of your dreams. We also spoke on the topic, you are enough. You are enough. And we also spoke about how to give birth to your purpose, because each person has greatness within them. Each person, even if up to this point, you haven't done anything that you think is great, at times you just need someone to activate that potential that is within you. At times it may be an event. At times it could be a mentor. It could be a coach, just someone speaking to that greatness within you so that you can unlock it, because it is already within you. So those were some of the things that we went through and we focused on in the conference.
Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, Janese, I feel like I'm listening to a motivational speaker. Well, you are a motivational speaker, but I feel like I'm listening to one of the videos that I would normally listen to in the mornings. Like, wow, like I'm here, like, wow.
Definitely.
Nice. And congratulations on all you would have accomplished thus far. I see that you also have an institute, an empowerment institute. Tell us about the concept of this business.
Yes, so John's Empowerment Institute, this is a company that I started, and the aim of this company, again, it goes back to, because I'm into empowerment, and we aim to help persons who are feeling unfulfilled, feel they were created to do and to be more through education and training, because I grew up in an inner city community in Jamaica, and the community was characterized by high levels of disempowerment. There were high levels of crime and violence. There were limited educational opportunities. And because of this, persons engaged in antisocial behavior, gambling, prostitution, and so forth. But I knew they had the potential to do and be more. They, however, lacked the opportunity. when I came to Antigua, I recognized that, the problems and the challenges, it's not just confined to one area, but as a Caribbean, this is something that we encounter. And through this institution, I empower individuals, providing them with knowledge, skills in leadership, in business development, and entrepreneurship. We offer various programs to be able to provide them with the knowledge to thrive in business, to advance in their career, and to be on that path to economic and financial freedom, because that is the aim. And we're doing all of this because we want to see persons live happy, meaningful lives. And one of the flagship programs that we do through the Janese Empowerment Institute is the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. This is a program that is funded by the U.S. Department of State, and this is a program that is run in numerous countries across the world, where the aim is to empower women entrepreneurs so that they can become prosperous and they can live happy, meaningful lives.
All right, and obviously this is really important work. We're grateful that you are doing that and making the impact in your community. It's obvious that you're not doing it alone as well. So would you like to mention any of the partners that facilitate your success?
So we want to say thank you to the U.S. Embassy, because they have been really instrumental in us having this program and to be able to do the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs program. We also have various facilitators who work with us. We have those who, for example, different media houses who are always promoting what we're doing, those who are always sharing on social media as well, so that persons can become a part of this. For also in terms of the conference that was hosted, we had various speakers, Mr. Colin Jenkins, who came, Dr. Clara Emmanuel. I have, Kristen Ambrose, and those who have been there that has been working with us. We also thank the Directorate of Gender Affairs, because they also came and they provided tips and strategies to highlight to persons where they can get help, the support services that are also available. And we have various persons, individuals that have always been assisting us, or various mentors who sign up to be part of the mentorship program to offer their expertise and advice to individuals.
That's great as well. I see here, as we're talking about entrepreneurship and your involvement in it, that you are also the owner of Sharetta's Cakes and Pastries, which is a home-based bakery which produces delectable delights. How do you find the time, first of all? But more than that, tell us about your interest in that and how business is going.
Okay, so for Sharetta's Cakes and Pastries, I have a passion for baking and decorating. My father, growing up, he used to, at one point, he worked at a bakery. So he used to bake all these breads, all these various treats that we got so used to. And my love for that developed from there. So I went to courses so that I could hone my skills. And I did that. And I recognize that persons I specialize in fruitcake, and I recognize that persons totally love that fruitcake. So what for this year, though, I have actually been working on rebranding. So for Sharetta's Cakes and Pastry, we have closed for a bit, working to restart in 2023, bigger, better, and different. So, but to find the time, if you're passionate about something, you will make the time. And essentially what I do, it's about being deliberate in your attempts, because so many times we are distracted. It's not that we do not have time, because each of us has the same 24 hours, but sometimes we get so distracted. But you have to be intentional, and you have to focus and dedicate. Know that if I set aside an hour and a half saying I'm going to work on this, then I'm going to make the best of it, and I'm going to do what needs to be done. So that is how I find the time, just being really focused, avoiding some of the distractions. And these are some of the things I also speak about, in my books, and just recognizing there are some things that are specific for you to do. And it's for you to know what you're called to do and focus on that. Because so many times we don't have to be involved in everything, but involved in the key things that align with your purpose and what you're called to do. And that is where you will reap success, and you will have the most impact for your efforts.
Lovely. So I want to know, so are some people going to be disappointed that they're not getting any free cake for Christmas?
Yes. Aww. Yes, I know they are. To tell persons that, I won't be baking this Christmas. because I really want to use that time. I'm just really using that time to really focus on some things that I have planning for 2023. So yes, so
Well,
I'm
it's gonna be
coming back.
worth
You
the
got
wait.
times you just, yes, definitely, definitely.
It's definitely going to be worth the wait. I can sense that from you. You're intentional. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. We appreciate that. We appreciate your positive words. And we wish you all the best with all of your endeavors, Jan, and happy holidays when
Happy
they come
holidays,
around.
indeed. And Happy New Year and cake for January.
Yes, not a problem. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. And just want to let persons know if they're interested, the books are available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. If persons are in Sweden, wherever you're located, you can have access to various books. And you could always reach out to me on social media, Facebook, on YouTube. You could also, Janese Henderson is the name. And once you type it in, you'll be able to find me, as well as via email, Janese@JaneseHenderson.com, or feel free to reach out to me. And thank you so much again for this opportunity to come on and to really share. And thank you also to Ambassador Hazel and for just making this opportunity for me to come and to share. And I wish you all the best. Enjoy the holidays. Make the best of it. Spend time with your family and friends. Make the best of it, and all the best for the new year.